Greetings everyone, Todd here and welcome back to We March On. This is the second episode of our Premier League season. So we take on Chelsea today at home at St Mary's. Now it's been a couple of games since the last time you joined us. Obviously it was a 0-0 draw against Arsenal, great results, and we followed up with a 2-0 victory over West Brom. Luan coming off the bench and getting his first goal for the club, and then Van Dijk also scored a goal in the 83rd minute. We dominated proceedings pretty much from start to finish. Very complete performance, very happy with the result. Then we followed up with a 2-1 victory over Sheffield United in the AFL Cup. Now you may notice, you look at my team right there, I basically rotated the entire squad. The only ones that really stayed was I think Gabbiadini, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Gabbiadini is the only one that made a start. On Jeremy Peed as well. So yeah, so a good victory. We actually went 1-0 down, but we reacted very positively. A great free kick from James Ward-Prowse and a goal from left back from Matthew Targett. So that was a little bit of a surprise. But going into today's game, we take on Chelsea at home. So there's no other transfers to really talk about. I tried to try to sign a couple of players, but unfortunately moves fell apart due to wage demands. So going against Chelsea today, let's take a look at their team. So yeah, obviously we know a lot about the team already. Diego Costa's leading the line for them still. Morata's coming off the bench, hasn't made a start for them so far this season. Pedro is obviously a dangerous player as well, but they will be without Cesc Fabregas today. So at this point, so that's good news for us. And then they're also going to be without Eden Hazard, who's going to be out 5 to 10 days recovering from that broken ankle. At the back, they've got Rudiger, Cahill, and Luiz. It looks like they play a 5 at the back with Marcus Alonso and Azpilicueta getting up the right wing. So, yep, going into today's game, this is how we're going to line up. Luana is going to go to the right wing because unfortunately we have out Nathan Redmond, who picked up a knock. He's going to be out 9 days to 2 weeks. So we are looking for a right winger to take his spot, and Luana's going to start there. We also going to be without Højbjerg, who's still not quite ready to play so far this season. He'll be back in about 4 days' time. So let's take a look at the lineup for today's team. Obviously, Cedric in goal, Van Dijk, Vida, Bertrand, no surprise there. Classy, Romeo Lamina. Luan at right wing with Tadic and Gabbiadini leading the line. Gabbiadini is yet to open his account this season. He actually missed a golden opportunity against Sheffield United late on, but unfortunately skied it with an open net from about 4 yards out. Couldn't believe he missed. So naturally, Chelsea are favourites today. This is how they're going to line up. 5 at the back, 2 in midfield with Kante and Bakayoko, and then Willian and Pedro and Costa leading the trifecta of terror up top for Chelsea. So going into today's game, we are unbeaten. I'd like to stay that way if possible. It's going to be a very similar game to the Arsenal one. Probably going to have to hold on for large periods of the game itself. But if we play up to our ability, I'm confident we can get away with a positive result. 30 minutes in so far, it's really tight affair. Nobody's really created any opportunity to speak of, and there's only been 4 shots on goal. Possession is looking really equal as well. The two teams are basically cancelling each other out. 5 minutes before halftime, and we get our first highlight of the game. So let's see what happens here. Willian's going to drive forward here. Willian gets the box, getting a good save there for Fraser Forster. That was the first opportunity of the game for either team. Let's see what we can deal with this corner kick. Alonso hits it in the post, and Classy makes an easy clearance. So halftime whistle has blown. It's a pretty dull affair so far, but that's a pretty good thing, to be honest with you, because obviously going up against Chelsea, I expect to be on the back foot for large portions of the game, and so far we've pretty much given as good as we got. Tadic's been pretty awful so far on that inside forward wall. I'm actually thinking about taking him off. I'm actually going to go with it. Yeah, let's take him off. Let's bring on Boufal to play on the left wing as an inside forward. Not the strongest in the world, but he has the capability of creating something out of nothing. He actually played really well against Sheffield United, so I'm hoping he can continue that form today. Here's an early charge for Chelsea, however. Azpilicueta hits it for Bakayoko. Great charge from Romeo there. Gabbiadini is going to lead the counter-attack, but he gives it away to Luiz, and we are out of position, and Virgil van Dijk does very well to get back. But the chance isn't over here. Let's see if we can create something. Lamina switches out to Cedric. Back to Luan. Luan, great interception there from Kante. Rudiger to Marcus Alonso. And this highlight's going on for some time here, which most likely will mean there will be a goal. Costa is through on goal here. He shoots, and a good easy save there from Fraser Forster. That was potentially the best opportunity of the game for both teams. Diego Costa shot from the edge of the area. All right, 60 minutes on the clock here. Alonso's going to whip this in. Christensen rises and it goes off the post. I'm not sure if Foster got a hand to it, but it did go on the outside of the post. That was a good opportunity for Chelsea to get on the score sheet. So with that in mind, I'm going to make another change here to freshen some legs up. I am going to bring on James Ward-Prowse for Gabbiadini and push Luan up top. Ward-Prowse is going to come on as a right winger. His ability at set pieces, obviously got that marvellous goal against Sheffield United. I'm hoping we might get a chance at the edge of the area and maybe he can do it again. All right, let's do a quick team talk as well. Let's get these guys concentrating at the end of the game because they're a bit silly now. We've done very well against a very, very strong Chelsea team. So it'd be a bit silly to give the game away this late on. Cahill rises easily against Ward-Prowse. Alonso does well. Good tackle from Ward-Prowse. Only fouls Willian. Morata's now on for Costa. Luan's going to maybe get a counter-tapping opportunity. He takes on Cahill, who makes a wonderful, wonderful challenge. He's on a yellow card. He's got to be careful there. Cahill hits it inside. Romeo does well to scoop up the loose ball against his former team. Haven't spoken much about that today. Good tackle from Romeo. Rudiger hits it forward looking for Mare, but Vida does well. Here's a chance though. Marada's run the channel. He's got by Vida, crosses it in. Christensen to Pedro. Pedro shoots and scores. He gets a goal in the 83rd minute of the game. Late goal here for Chelsea. And honestly, you could see from the match stats, it was coming. They didn't really create many clear-cut opportunities, but that was a great finish at the edge of the area. Taking off at this replay there. Christensen to Pedro. He had too much time to turn there, and he slots it home. So here's maybe a chance. Let's see what happens here. Prowse is going to whip it in. Virgil rises, but the ball is quite calmly cleared. This sets up a counter attack here. Pedro is driving forward. He gets in the box to Willian, who makes it 2-0, and that's game, set, match. 2 quick goals from Chelsea has pretty much closed the game out. Might as well go for it in the last 5 minutes or so. It's not going to make that much of a difference. So let's just finish out the game. Disappointing, really, obviously, to concede 2 late goals. I mean, we held out to the 83rd minute. That's somewhat respectable. And we've done okay. Didn't create any opportunities. That's disappointing. But there you have it. Unfortunately, Chelsea are just a much stronger team than us. So I'm not surprised, really, at the results. But disappointed to concede things so early on. Alright, so the full-time whistle has blown at St. Mary's. Disappointing 2-0 defeat against Chelsea. That's okay, though. We got Liverpool next up. But it's not going to be in this episode, though, because I did actually forget that they got an international break now after this game. So it's going to be at least 2 weeks at Liverpool game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that for the next episode. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far as much as I am. If you do, remember to drop a like. And if you want to see more videos by me, please subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.